The previous videos discussed powerful techniques that you use to optimize your AdSense integration for highest click-through rate. Now this video will discuss how you get Google to serve you the highest paying ads on your AdSense pages. As was mentioned in the introductory video, attracting the highest paying ads onto your AdSense pages is mainly a combination of only two things: your smart pricing position and your content. Now in this and in the next video, I'm going to show you some very effective and tested techniques that will attract the highest paying ads being served onto your AdSense pages. I will start with the importance of understanding and addressing your smart pricing position. Now for those of you that purchase or have purchased pay-per-click traffic from Google AdWords have most likely come across the term quality score. This is Google's way to measure and monitor a site's usefulness for the actual visitor. Now in practice, this means that if you set up a simple landing page with just a few lines of text and an affiliate link, Google will spy to this page and quickly determine that it is of less value to the visitor than a full-blown site. And if you're trying to buy traffic via Google AdWords for this single landing page, you will have to pay many times more than the advertiser for a full-blown site to achieve the same ranking position in Google AdWords. This effectively increases your purchase price compared to the full-blown site. Now, this pricing mechanism is almost identical for the Google Content Network. So the delivery of AdSense ads to your site is determined by similar factors to what determines the quality score for Google AdWords advertisers. And it is here that we start to understand and find really important answers to what really affects your smart pricing position. Now, if you search the Google AdSense site for the word smart pricing, you will not get any hits or tips. However, the whole AdSense community knows that this differentiated pricing exists, and with help of some colleagues, I've been able to determine that the impact of the smart pricing mechanism can be quite significant. A live test that I did using two different AdSense accounts showed that we got paid 20 cents for a certain click on one ad and only 4 cents on the exact same ad but served on a different site. Testing of identical AdWords campaigns for different domains with different quality scores also confirmed this observation. So the lesson learned here is that by improving your smart pricing position, you will increase your AdSense earnings. Now, the obvious question then becomes, how do we increase your smart pricing position? Well, the short and correct answer would be to employ good SEO techniques on your AdSense pages. Now, as this could really mean anything and everything, I'm going to show you the individual factors that have been tested and proven to have the highest known impact on your smart pricing position. Now, in essence, you need to take the following things in consideration, and there are unfortunately no shortcuts on this. So if you're serious about maximizing your AdSense earnings, you need to consider the following 6 powerful recommendations. Now, my first recommendation is that you develop your AdSense site also for your visitors. And what I mean by this is that you should make sure that your AdSense pages include information that has some value to your visitors. Now, I'm not a big supporter of building multiple so-called made-for-AdSense sites. And the reason for this is that history has proven over and over that the sustainability of such and similar strategies are usually very short-lived. And my point is that you don't need to make and set up many AdSense sites to be profitable. So I recommend that the ones that you do set them up properly for your visitors and following the recommendations of these videos. Now, that includes the objective to aim for higher productivity per visitor. I also recommend that you stay away from all the old cheats and tricks and black hat SEO techniques that you may have heard of or used. Focus instead on creating a few well-designed pages using the AdSense composition techniques that we've discussed, and spend your time on putting some quality text content together. Secondly, you need to develop a site which is easy to navigate not only for your visitors but also for Google's AdSense bot. And I recommend that you use a flat site structure where all your pages can easily be reached from your main page via one static link. I also highly recommend that you add a sitemap link to your main index page or upload your sitemap using the Google Sitemap feature which you can read more about in the Google Webmaster Guidelines, which you can find in your AdSense account. It actually seems quite clear that the presence of a sitemap on your AdSense pages has a very positive effect on your smart pricing position. So adding a sitemap to your AdSense site or upload a sitemap file using the feature called Google Sitemaps should be on your to-do list if you haven't already done so. Now, there are 3 links that you must include on your site. The Google AdSense bot scans your site for certain must-have content sections and links to those sections on your site. And if you don't have this content, evidence strongly suggests that your site will be penalized by a weaker smart pricing position. So first, you must have the privacy policy link on your main index page. And this information here is taken directly from Google Quality Guidelines. And it says that you need to provide clear answers to the following questions. And that would be, why are you collecting personal information? How will you use or potentially use personal information? And what options do users have to easily limit the use of the personal information? Now, you don't need to engage your lawyers into writing this. It can easily be covered within a few sections. Have a look if you want at the privacy policy on AdsenseDecoded.com site to get some ideas on what needs to be included. But don't copy this text straight off, as you will be penalized for duplicate content. If you still copy it, at least change the wording around. Now, Google is very clear that each interaction that your visitors have with your website should be geared towards building a trusting relationship. Therefore, you should openly share information about your business. Google stipulates that you must clearly define what your business is or does, and the easiest way to address this requirement is to add an About Us link on your page. In fact, Terms of Service link will actually achieve the same effect, so you can have either or. And for the same reasons, you will also need to provide a genuine Contact Us link. Now, these 3 links are all hallmarks for any full-blown quality site for obvious reasons, and they do have an impact on your smart pricing position, so I do recommend that you include them on your AdSense pages. The 4th recommendation to achieve higher smart pricing position is to have a well-structured page where you profile your themed keywords to the AdSense bot. Now, this may sound a little bit vague, but a well-structured page profiling your keywords will have a major impact on your smart pricing position. So I'll break it down to you in what this means in practice. Remember that AdSense serves ads based on the main theme of your keywords showing your AdSense pages. So you need to use the most legitimate ways to profile your keywords to the AdSense bot. Make sure, for example, that you use your title and description meta tags to include the keywords that you wish to profile. Also, all of the larger search engines give significant weight to text and keywords used in headers and subheaders. So make sure that you nominate your headers as identifiable headers for the search engines like H1 and H2, etc. And make sure that they include the theme keywords that you wish to profile. Also consider using bullet points that include your targeted keywords, as they are given extra weight when being read by the AdSense bot. Now, you should also adopt a clean internal link structure, and the most powerful way to achieve this is to include the keywords in your file names pointing to your subpages. The 5th recommendation refers to maintaining your link priority strategy, and we've discussed this before, and your link priority strategy has an impact on your smart pricing position as well. So only add the links that are relevant for your visitors' navigation and that are most profitable for you. Avoid, for example, having too many affiliate links or other outgoing links on your AdSense pages. The 6th recommendation is not really a recommendation, but more something that you should be made aware of. And it has been suggested by many that your site's Google PR also has an impact on your smart pricing position. I've personally not been able to determine whether or not this is true, even though it makes good sense in theory. As you may know, Google PR is mainly a function of the age of your domain and number of quality backlinks to your site. And if you set up a new AdSense site, you can't initially do too much about this, but it does support my recommendation that you should focus on a smaller number of quality AdSense sites rather than building an armada of auto-generated sites. Now, my experience tells me that Google always gets what it wants, and therefore you are more effective and better off to follow these recommendations than to spend months looking for shortcuts that doesn't offer you sustainable profitability. Now, that concludes the recommendations that I have for you to improve your smart pricing position. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you again in the next one.